Live from the KWQC Broadcast Center in downtown Davenport with Morgan Otier and Kyle Keel. This is Quad Cities Live.
Today on QCL, calling all Hispanic and Latin artists, there's a unique opportunity opening this fall for creatives to share their work in a professional gallery.
Plus, Verizon is here with new technology to help with the back-to-school transition, whether your kids are young or if they're headed off to college.
And Quad City Bank and Trust is here with some great summer promotions, along with easy and interactive savings options for kids and teens. Hello and welcome to Quad Cities Live on this Wednesday, July 30th. Thank you for joining us. I'm Morgan Otier alongside my co-host Kyle Keel. This weekend really marks a celebration of early jazz, along with one of America's greatest musical legacies. Yeah. Of course, we're talking about Davenport Jazz legend Bix Beiderbecke.
Yeah, none other. Well, the Jazz Festival, the Bix Jazz Festival, is returning to Rhythm City Casino this Thursday through Saturday. And joining us now in studio are James Beiderbecke with the Bix Jazz Society, as well as jazz musician Josh Duffy. Thank you both for being here today. Yeah. Josh, welcome back. You were just here performing last Friday. Unfortunately, got rained out, but you still played the music for the kids and they danced along.
That's right. I had a Bluetooth speaker set up, and so they could hear it for 2.5 blocks away. And I was still dressed in full suit and bow tie, so as they ran by, they were screaming Bix Lives. They were dancing to the music, so it was an amazing time. So
gotta make you feel good.
Yeah. Glad we could still do something.
Yeah, and we got the big jazz festival here coming up this weekend. This is actually one of the longest running jazz festivals really in the country.
Yes, over 50 years that we've been going, and it's been right here in Davenport the whole time, celebrating the legacy of Bix Beiderbecke.
Yeah.
And so it kicks off tonight at Jim's Knoxville Tap in Milan, Illinois, and people think, what does the Knoxville have to do with this? Well, that's actually originally was called the Bluebird Inn, and Bix Beiderbecke had played there, went and sat in with the bands that were coming through in the 1910s and the early 20s. Really? So we're bringing the music back to the Knoxville, and Jim's going to be there, so it's a big time of kicking off this festival weekend of exciting music.
Yeah, that is really, really special, and sounds like a lot of fun. You guys were talking about it already before we started the show, and I definitely want to be there now after hearing all about it. So the event at the Rhythm City Casino and Event Center, that kicks off tomorrow, correct?
Yes.
So what can people expect to see and hear when they walk through the doors?
Yeah, James has been working a lot with that with the Bix Society here, so I'm going to have him talk about some of these little details here.
Right, so at the casino, that's kind of our primary performance venue. We've got bands from all around the nation, New York City, hot band out of Chicago, St. Louis, all sorts of places. And each of these places bring their following, and they come out, they dress up in kind of 1920s fashion and dance and hit the floor. So it's really something special, and it's a way of kind of going back in time. But as Josh mentioned, since Davenport's Bix's hometown, it's right here is the hub of kind of that legend where it all started. So
yeah, we're very lucky.
We certainly are. And you know, through the Jazz Society, James, you really try to promote jazz to young artists. And how do you do that? How do you get that promotion going?
Yeah, so I've kind of been managing our social media promotions and trying some new ways to get the word out to reach those new audiences and reach out to that next generation of jazz fans, because it's just a matter of exposure. People think jazz kind of might not be their thing, but it's just once they try it, Josh has seen it, their faces light up, they love it, they love the music, and they're hooked. And then I see them again at the festival the next year. And that kind of core, that new kind of fan base is growing over the years.
We have a great Bix Youth program that we have really been admiring since 1998. I'm a product of it. I was in the very first one, so now it's aging itself. So
that's awesome.
And so it's very exciting for us to have this, because the young students that we have in this group come from all of our local area high schools and middle schools, and they audition for it, and then they get to learn from the musicians that are there, and then they get a scholarship as well at the end of the festival. So it's a great way of bringing them into the community and learning about Bix and his music.
Yeah, they get to experience so much by being a part of that youth jazz band. So that's truly amazing. In what ways does this event this weekend support the future of the youth jazz band?
Oh, once they hear the musicians that are on stage, the same thing for me. I was listening to musicians from Australia, England. I became friends with them, still am, and I've had a chance to tour those countries and be there. Is that you're learning from the professionals who have then learned from musicians that were from, let's say, the 20s and 30s. So they're carrying that legacy on and that torch, and that's what's important, is that I'll take the time and work with these young musicians and be like, oh, have you heard about Bix Beiderbecke? or have you heard about King Oliver? And then I say, hey, you have Spotify, you have YouTube. Back in the day, we had to go find CDs or cassettes or the record. It's right at your fingertips. Yeah, right at the fingertips there,
Yeah, well, we mentioned the event happening at the Knoxville Tap, so there's a lot of other events happening in conjunction with the Bix Jazz Festival here this weekend. I mean, we've got some stuff going on at the Putnam, at the Sound Conservatory, so talk a bit more about that.
Yeah, so if people want to hop on the Channel Cat tomorrow morning at 9 a.m., I'm going to be talking about Bix Beiderbecke, and I know last week you mentioned about that, so here we go, Bix Chapter 1.
Yeah.
I'm going to be playing his music while people can cruise the Mississippi there. We're also going to be at the Rhythm City Casino with the main event, but then we have an afternoon dinner cruise, we're calling it, on the Celebration Bell. That unfortunately is already sold out. People love it because it's from like 11 to 2, and we just found out it is sold out.
That's great, though.
Oh, it's a great news.
That's a good problem to have.
It is, and we're finding that we're getting new attendees every year, people that love this music, and that's why these events are selling out as fast as they are.
Yeah. So we talk a lot about legacy when we have you on, and of course when we talk about folks watching this music and how they've been able to bring it through decades and decades and share it with young people right now. So I'll turn it over to you, James. I mean, how do you see this the Bix legacy continuing to flourish, both locally but also on a regional or even national scale?
Sure. So people like the guy sitting next to me, Josh, he's a perfect example of someone who lives and promotes Bix's spirit over the years through his passion for the music. And I just think it's just igniting that spark in other individuals that just love the music. They know it's something special. There's a reason it's lasted almost 100 years after Bix's passing now, and there's something special about that. And I think they latch onto that. And I just think it's important to keep Bix's legacy alive here in the Quad Cities and regionally, and he's also popular in Europe. And I meet people from Japan who love his music, or so Bix lives, in many ways.
And when I travel outside the area and I'm like, I'm from Davenport, Iowa, they're like, that's Bix's hometown.
That is,
and it's very important because we have James Beiderbecke. This is a family member of Bix's.
And that's where we were going to go next, because Morgan and I earlier were like, okay, is this just a coincidence or is James related? So James, talk about your relation to Bix.
Sure. So Bix Beiderbecke is my great uncle.
Okay.
He had an older brother named Bernie. His real name is Charles, nicknamed Bernie, who is my great-grandfather. So Charles had Richard, Richard had Chris had James.
Wow.
So that's my relation.
How cool.
So
that is.
Not nearly as talented music-wise, but I do love music of all sorts, and from jazz to contemporary. So I just think it's important.
I have to know, what's it like to have the Beiderbecke name and living here in the Quad Cities area?
Well, one time I went to Family Video way back when and got
the good old days.
my rental card, and they're like, "What's your name?" I'm like, "James Beiderbecke," and the lady looks at me. You just get those little moments. You're like, okay.
I love that.
Yeah.
So if we want to learn more about Bix and jazz music, I mean, we can do this all year round. It doesn't have to be just this weekend with the festival.
Right, exactly. Right here in the Quad Cities, we have our Bix Jazz Society. People can become a member of that, and they can go to bixsociety.org, learn more about that. We also have our great Bix Beiderbecke Museum and Archives down on 2nd Street.
Yes, that's right.
And so there's so much starting to just happen in this area, and I'm calling 2nd Street now Museum Row, because you have the Figge Art Museum, you have the Bix Beiderbecke Museum and Archives. Take a whole day and just visit the museums downtown Davenport there. And that's where Bix was at, in historic downtown Davenport.
He was. Well, the 2025 Bix Jazz Festival, it kicks off technically tonight at the Knoxville Tap, but at Rhythm City tomorrow, and it runs through Saturday, August 2nd. You can purchase tickets online. Just head to bixsociety.org and you'll be able to find what you need there. James and Josh, as always, thank you for being part of the show today. Yeah, it should be a really fun weekend.
Yes. Say have tons of fun.
Yeah.
All right. Well, coming up, a new art exhibit is putting Hispanic creativity right in the spotlight. How Quad City Arts and Mercado on 5th are teaming up to elevate diverse voices.
You're watching Quad Cities Live.
Art has the power to tell stories, preserve culture, and connect communities. And a new collaboration between Quad City Arts and Mercado on 5th is doing just that.
Yes, it is called Visions and Voices, a celebration of Hispanic artists. It's a group exhibition that invites Hispanic and Latin artists from around our region to showcase their work.
Yeah, here with the details on the showcase and the meaning behind it is Francis Williams, the executive director of Mercado on 5th, and QC Arts Visual Arts Director Don Walford-Metello. Thank you both for joining us today.
Thank you.
What a neat collaboration. So Don, this exhibit opens up in this fall. So tell us where the idea came from and talk a little more about this collaboration.
Well, the idea came from the part of our mission at Quad City Arts is not just to help artists who are already established as artists, but to help people that they may not even know they're artists. Some people just like to paint or draw or create things, and to help them understand that they have talent, they have skills, and there's a way that they could share them with the public, and then maybe even turn that into money. They could sell their work. So this is a way, and we felt that a lot of Hispanic artists especially are not aware of what we do. So this would be a way to share with them what we do and have this opportunity and teach them the skills to go from the here's my art to how do you get this in a gallery, here's the steps.
Yeah, and that was kind of one of our questions, was why it was so important for QC Arts to partner with Mercado on Fifth on a project like this. I wanted to ask you, Francis, you know, how people can really experience Hispanic culture through art. We've got a couple of examples around us here that are all very different, but in your words, how would you say that we can experience that?
Yeah, part of our mission at Mercado on Fifth is to celebrate our Latin culture. And last year we started a little rinconcito de arte, a little art corner. And these are some examples of the artists, Hispanic artists that are from our community. Charlize Cardenas, Nelly Cortez, and Victor Granados. Victor in particular is folk art focused on like kind of the paper mache type style, but he also does these amazing Katrinas. So if you go to the Figge Art Museum, he has a beautiful Marnock butterfly Katrinas on exhibit there.
Cool. So Art Corner, this is something that we can experience year-round at Mercado?
Yeah, you can actually come down this Friday and take a look and see these same artists.
Awesome. So Dawn, how do artists get involved with this exhibition coming up this fall?
Well, we have a call for entry on our website, and they
Perfect.
can fill out an application, but we're going to work together on these classes.
Oh, great.
So if people need help interpreting the directions for the call for entry, or they're going to learn how to take photographs of their work so they can submit it. If they have questions about how to frame work, we're going to walk them through all those steps so that they can successfully apply.
Sure.
And then
So next Thursday, August 7th at 5:30, we have an open to the public option for people to come in and learn about what is this exhibit about.
Oh, cool.
What does it take to, you know, really show your artwork in a professional gallery? That's not something that's intuitive to any of us, right? So this is a great opportunity just to learn about the process and then be ready for that September 15th application deadline.
Okay, good. And we'll remind people of that afterward. And just on the screen a few minutes ago, we had a lot of those guidelines for submission. So Don, who is eligible? What are some things that we need to keep in mind if we're considering submitting work?
This is local and regional, so
Okay.
the artist needs to live within 250 miles of the Quad Cities.
Okay.
And we are, this is specifically for adults, so 18 and over.
Okay.
And that's really their only restrictions. We're very open to different kinds of media. It could be sculpture, it could be video, really whatever people want to create.
And these are folks too with Hispanic and Latin backgrounds as well. We want to make
Yes.
sure that you know, that's the primary focus. So even if you are somebody who maybe works in that realm but you don't have that background, you know, it's really important, I think, to reiterate that this is for a specific group of folks to be able to get out there and show their work.
Yeah, I mean, we have such an amazing community of Hispanics here in the Quad Cities. So much history. In fact, the Putnam Museum is another amazing community partner that has a really great Hispanic exhibit of the history.
Yeah.
So the more that you can educate yourself, you know, the better. But what I'm hoping is that we see some of our artists realize that they've got resources, they've got support right here locally, so that they don't have to go elsewhere. They can come here. We are a cultural and artist hub right here in the Quad Cities.
Yeah, that is very evident based on the guests that we have on our show. So it's also important to point out that there's no entry level fee or entry fee to get into this exhibit, and you provide the support for both English and Spanish. So why is that such an important element in this new exhibition?
Yeah, dual language in particular I think is really important. You know, some people we all learn differently, right?
Yeah.
But I think when you're studying something and learning something for the first time in the language of your heart, it's much easier to learn, and that's what we want to make sure that we have accessible, so that people can understand here are the opportunities, and if you have a talent, like, let's grow that here, right here in the Quad Cities.
Yeah, very special. And Don, you already touched on this a few minutes ago, just a little bit, but can you tell us more about the selection process, how that's going to work, what the jury is going to be looking for when they start to get artwork submitted, and how they'll kind of make some of those choices? I mean, I know you're not going to fully know until you get there, right? But you know, you've been through this process before with other exhibitions and things like that. So how does it all work?
Well, we have a committee made up of, mostly they are local instructors at area colleges.
Okay.
Some of them are professional artists themselves, so they've been through this process with their own work, so they kind of know. And we have a list of criteria. We're looking for quality, we're looking for vision. People have a unique, something they want to say that they say through their artwork. And it'll be, you know, the whole committee will be scoring and choosing the people as a group. And Quad City Art staff, we stay out of that part of it because we want it to be very objective.
You're facilitators, but you're not doing that part. Okay.
Yeah, and I mean, Francis, this really lines up well with your mission to celebrate Hispanic culture here in the Quad Cities.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, and I also think it's an opportunity for artists. Like, we're in a unique time in history, right? And I think that there's so many artists that have so much to say through their art, and that can be really healing on multiple levels. So it'll be really exciting to see those people that come forward. And I just want people to know that they are supported. You know, that there are resources and they're not alone in, you know, taking this next step to be part of this exhibition.
Good message.
Yeah, it is. And even more than that, Don, I mean, this is a really great opportunity for first-time artists or people that have never been through this before.
Right.
There's going to be a lot of guidance here, and they're not going to be left out. They're not going to be left confused. This is, you know, for a first time of submitting artwork, this is the way to do it, truly.
Right.
Yeah, it sounds great. Okay, so Visions and Voices, a celebration of Hispanic artists. It runs from October 10th through December 5th at Quad City Arts Rock Island Gallery.
Yes, for artists looking to showcase their work, the submission deadline is Monday, September 15th, so plenty of time, but it'll go quick.
Yeah.
If you want to learn more, you can visit the call for entries page at quadcityarts.com. Dawn and Francis, thank you so much, and we'll have to go out there here this fall and check things out.
Absolutely.
Seems like a really neat opportunity for artists in our community.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Coming up on QCL, how the YMCA of the Iowa-Mississippi Valley is more than a gym. We'll explore the mission that makes our YMCA a cornerstone of connection and care across our region.
You're watching Quad Cities Live.
For generations, the letters YMCA have meant more than just a place to swim or work out. They've represented a lifeline, a launch pad, and a lasting legacy of service. In the heart of the Quad Cities, the YMCA of the Iowa-Mississippi Valley is doing just that, helping people of all ages, backgrounds, and abilities grow stronger in body, mind, and spirit.
Every community needs certain things for it to be successful. And one of those things is a YMCA. It is a place where we address healthy body, mind, and spirit. It is a place where we are so intertwined with our neighborhoods, with the people in those neighborhoods. We really are a fabric and woven through that community. And often when you see a healthy community, a healthy YMCA is at the core of that. Oftentimes people will drive by, they'll see basketball hoops or swimming pool weights, and they'll think, you know, it's a gym, it's a workout facility, but it's so much more than that. It is about meeting people where they're at in their lives. It speaks to everyone regardless of age, lifestyle, ability, skill. It's really a place where all are welcomed and all are encouraged, and it's just a fabulous environment to be a part of.
You know, wherever I go and when I work out the YMCA, it's kind of almost always a social thing. There's people that I'm talking to, I'm saying hello, I see regular members, we talk. You know, I've got quite a few relationships that I built just from going to the YMCA. And it's just really funny how once you start using the YMCA and working out at the YMCA, really bleeds into the rest of your life.
You know, if you walk in the doors of any facility, you'll see people gathered, you know, in the welcome space, talking, exchanging, communicating with each other. You'll see people helping, whether it's working out, teaching swim lessons, a parent teaching their child how to shoot a basket, whatever it is, encouraging others, you know, to achieve their health and wellness goals. And that's really the mission at the end of the day, is to help people achieve their goals. And this atmosphere is really supportive of that.
Right, everybody has their own niche of how they use the Y and what they use it for. My Y is I like to play basketball in the morning, and I try and get a workout in when I can. And hopefully it's a couple days a week. My son's Y is he goes to the Y to shoot baskets with his friends, or now he's starting to weightlift. My wife's Y is she has her Pilates classes and likes to do her cycling classes. And so it's what you make it. And I think everybody has their interests, and the Y can help you match those interests with what you can do there.
And you can find us in somewhere like a large downtown facility, and you can find us around the corner. You can find us operating programs in a school. You know, whenever something happens in a community and a need is identified, the YMCA will always be there, ready to serve. And we've seen that over and over again.
The YMCA is going to continue to expand and develop in the Quad Cities. You know, there's just so much need. And, you know, this was built 5 years ago. There's plans to continue to expand. And, you know, we're putting a new water park in Bettendorf, and then right across the street, that sports center that we kind of acquired and now we've converted. I think those are perfect examples of things that we've added to the community. Anybody that now has an YM membership can go to that water park in the summer. I think that's pretty powerful.
What I will tell you is that when you make a gift to the Y, you can be assured that your gift is making a difference. $1, $1,000, whatever it is, collectively, our gifts go to make sure we're offering programs, support, and people that really deliver the quality services our community needs. And your gift helps us reach places where maybe we haven't gotten to yet and expand our mission.
Probably the two big reasons I would say is, one, the infrastructure, continue to build, continue to expand, continue to grow the YMCA, offer programs, and then two, make it affordable. We want every family in the Quad Cities to be able to go and work out and participate and use the YMCA, and that's why it's really critical to raise money that we can then help families with their memberships.
You know, everybody deserves a nice facility to be in. And what a gift to this community that we've been able to do that. And what I would say is that you have leadership involved in the YMCA that is constantly looking forward and saying, what's the next need? Where do we expand to next? How do we continue to fulfill our mission? And how do we engage and reach more people? And because of that leadership and that vision, the YMCAs will be here to serve the Quad Cities for a long time. And for that, I'm extremely grateful.
And for details on YMCA location, services, programming, and memberships, just visit them on the web at ymcaimv.org. Still to come in our second half hour, Quad City Bank and Trust is here sharing some great summer promotions along with savings options for kids and teens. And Verizon will join us with a look at some new technology to help get the school year started.
You're watching Quad Cities Live.
Summer is in full swing, and while we're soaking up the sun, it's also a great time to plan your next financial steps. Julie Hegland is with Quad City Bank and Trust and is back with us here today with lots of fun things to share. Julie, welcome back.
Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you for being here. Okay, so you have promotions going on all the time at Quad City Bank and Trust, but there is a great summer promotion going on. So what can you tell us about that? This is for checking accounts.
Yes.
Okay.
So right now we're having a lot of fun with our summer checking account promotion. It's running until August 15th.
Okay,
so
we have a few weeks left. Yeah.
Yep, you still have time. We just know that there's so much emphasis on people that need an account, that need a banking relationship where they can be taken care of. And checking account is key to managing your money and your finances. So this is our third year that we've had a checking account promotion, a little incentive to get people to learn more about Quad City Bank and what we have to offer. And so it's real easy to open an account, come into one of our 5 locations or open it online. Yeah. And if you meet the requirements, you can pick from one of our really cool, fun, exciting prizes.
Really?
Or gifts. We have the option of $300 in cash.
Wow,
a Yeti cooler, or a Ninja espresso machine. So
I want all of those things.
you have to pick one, but
3 checking accounts.
So we have some great checking account options for people to choose from, whatever account meets their needs. We have a free account, really to save people money there. But one of my favorites is called our U account. Okay. Where folks can earn up to 4% interest rate on their funds up to $10,000.
In your checking?
In a checking account.
Wow, okay.
And it's one of the best rates for checking accounts in the market.
Yeah.
So right now, if you take the $300 offer and the 4% you can make on our checking accounts, it's just a great way to get more bang for your buck and more money in your pocket.
Yeah, wonderful. Okay, well, thank you for explaining that and taking us through it. I feel like that's just part of the problem sometimes is when people don't want to go do it because they don't feel like they know enough about it and they feel like they're going to look silly, and that's just not the case. Like all the folks there, they're ready to help you. They're ready to answer your questions. There are no silly questions. But thank you for taking us through all of that, because I'm sure it'll just be easier to get people to walk in the door and get started. You all are constantly helping out in the community. We've had, we just heard Kyle talking about all the rain that we've had, but along with that, recent storm damage, even just a couple of nights ago. So I'm assuming you guys are being flooded with phone calls because people are dealing with damages to their homes and properties.
Absolutely. Quad City Bank is all about the community and how we can support people. And with the recent storm damages, this wild weather that we've been having, we've had so many calls about flooded basements and downed trees and just a lot of repairs that people need help with. And so, if they're homeowners, one of the great options that we have available is a home equity line of credit.
Okay.
And something a little bit unique that we have at Quad City Bank is we have a line of credit. It has a fixed interest rate, a low fixed interest rate. Normally, those types of loans have a variable rate, so your rate could fluctuate.
And it can fluctuate, and that can be very scary.
Yeah. So ours is fixed, so there's really no surprises on what their payment is going to be or what to expect on rate. Okay. So that's really comforting for people.
Yes.
So if they can tap into the equity of their home, this is a really nice way to get the cash they need for those repairs.
Okay, wonderful. Volunteerism, and with local organizations here in the Quad Cities, it's something that is very important to you as an entire team, all your employees. So if I'm reading this right, collectively you volunteered more than 8,000 hours last year?
Yes, 8,000 last year. I know that they've set the goal higher for this year.
Of course, right? That's just the way it goes. Let's beat last year's record. That's truly amazing. So what types of volunteer opportunities do you all get into? Do you get to choose what's important to you? Like, for example, yourself, I know family resources is important to you as far as volunteering is concerned.
Yep, absolutely. We encourage our employees to get involved with anything that they're passionate about.
Sure.
Volunteer, your church, your school, different nonprofits, any organization. A lot of people like to give blood, and we do blood drives. So really, we let them decide. We don't tell them you have to do this or you have to do that, and we give them 8 hours that we'll pay them to actually go and volunteer too, if it's during work time. So, we're here for the community. We've been here for 30 years, and it's something that we're super passionate about. That's nice. Just giving back and donating. My experience with the family resources, I heard about their summer youth shelter program, that they were really needing some extra support and donations to make sure that the kids and families in need had those resources available to them. So I was lucky enough to be able to partner with them and provide them some financial support through the bank's donations.
Yes, and we have them on very often, so I know how appreciated that must have been. And here for youth in our community, you just spoke a little bit about Youth with Family Resources. So the Back to Swell event is something. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, it's offered by the Friendly House every year in August. It's a cool event where they have lots of cars lined up, kids ready to get their backpacks. They give away free backpacks and school supplies, and kids always get super excited about that.
Me too.
So we've partnered with them to help with the backpacks. This year we're supplying lunch boxes for them so that they can, just feel good about the first day of school.
Feel good about the first day of school, and also feel good about saving. I always like to talk about this whenever we have you guys on the show. You do youth and children and teen savings accounts and checking accounts as well.
Yes, we do. We noticed that in the community, again, there's such a need for different products and services and financial education to the youth. So we're out in schools doing the financial education, and we're letting them know that we have a teen checking account that can really get them started with how to manage their money. There's really no fees. They can't get any charges. It's really tailored to their needs. Yeah. And we also have a kids savings account to help get them started with their piggy banks.
It's never too early to start learning financial responsibility, and you all make it very easy. Okay, so we have to let you go here in just a minute, but I want to talk about some big exciting news. Of course, we have the Riverfront Pops concert, which is coming up in just a couple of weeks, August 16th. And so this is something you all are also heavily involved in and sponsoring.
Yes, this is our biggest event of the year that we sponsor. It's on August 16th. This year, it's the music of Chicago.
Yes.
So it's just a great time for families to come along the river and enjoy some incredible music.
That is wonderful. And we want to remind people, too, you have a new building that is under construction out by the Betplex, which, of course, is a growing area. So always exciting and just making it easier for folks to get around and find Quad City Bank and Trust. So thank you. And if you would like more information on becoming a member of QC Bank and Trust, or if you want to take a look at their resources and that they provide for the community, visit them on the web, qcbt.bank. Very easy. Julie, thanks again for being here today.
Thank you very much.
Of course. Still to come, new technology for your home or on the go that can make the back-to-school transition easier on the whole family. Verizon will join us with those details next.
You're watching Quad Cities Live.
We are about a month away from sending kids back to school, if you can believe it, and it can be a very chaotic time.
Yes, but there's some new technology available that could make things just a little bit easier, and we like when technology does that.
Yeah.
Verizon's Pete Bird is here with the details on all of this technology and a lot more. Pete, welcome to the show, and thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having me. I know kids are back to school in what, like a month?
I can't believe it. I said it to my daughter a couple of days ago, and she was, she likes school, and she was like, what? I can't believe it.
Well,
so
I do want to give a shout out to Kelowna schools because they went back to school today.
Oh my gosh.
No.
Wow.
Yes, I have a few friends who've got kids in the Kelowna school district.
They deserve a shout out.
Yes, and they had back to school today, so I'm sure they're just getting home right now.
That's amazing.
Well,
it's still a good time to talk about some back to school tech.
Let's talk about it.
Yes. Starting with some tech for home. This is our Verizon 5G home internet.
Look at that.
No wires, no data caps, no hidden fees, just fast, reliable coverage for the whole house.
Is this right here?
Yes, this is called the gateway, and what it does is it takes that 5G signal from outside your house, same signal that powers your cell phone, and creates a whole home Wi-Fi network that you can connect all these devices, including some of that we see on the table here.
Really? Okay.
It's perfect for college students. I remember moving to my first apartment. I'm like, what am I supposed to do?
You're like, how do you hook up your internet?
This
You're
is
right.
so easy. It's so easy. And we've got some great deals as well on our internet. So right now you can get the 5G home internet starting at just $35 a month when you sign up with AutoPay.
Okay.
And any Verizon mobile phone plan as well. Plus you'll get our 3-year price lock guarantee, which is fantastic because we all got a lot to worry about. Yes, exactly. Just stays put for 3 years, which is fantastic. And plus some great local deals as well. For the Quad Cities here, you get a $100 Verizon gift card on us when you sign up for the 5G Home Ultimate plan. It's so good.
Yeah.
But wait, there's more.
Love that.
And with that plan, you'll also get a $400 Samsung credit at Best Buy for even more tech.
Really?
Yes.
That
Those
right
are going
there.
until August 27th. Come on into a store and we can get you all the details for that.
$400 credit. That's
Yes.
awesome.
Yeah, so maybe a new watch, some earbuds.
No kidding.
Whatever you
want.
Yes.
No kidding. Okay. So internet, home internet, it's a must-have, obviously, for any students that are doing homework, using all their different devices. You spoke a little bit about college. So what about our bigger kids that are headed off to college, possibly going to be in a dorm room?
Yes.
What do you have for them here?
At the top of the list is going to be a smartphone like this. This is the Samsung S25 Edge. Morgan picked this thing up.
Okay.
It's just so thin and so light.
Oh my gosh, you're right. This
for such a big phone.
almost feels dangerous. I'm already like, where's my
the
cover
case?
and
Yeah,
the case.
totally.
You shouldn't let me do this.
So it's super easy to carry around campus all day. It's got some great AI features as well, including here on the home screen called Now Brief. So it keeps that schedule for the students right in front of their face, and they're exactly where they got to be, which is fantastic.
That is, because that's tough.
And for days like today when it was rainy outside, it can also tell you, hey, grab an umbrella as you're headed out the door. So it's fantastic.
So you don't even need me. Have your phone to say.
We need you as well, but the phone will buzz in your pocket and help you out too. Gotta have a charger, right?
Yeah.
This is perfect for the dorm room.
Is?
Yes. So this is cool. Watch this. So this is a 3-in-1. This is Anker's 3-in-1. And if we turn it around, you can charge your phone, you can charge your earbuds, and then Morgan, pop out this little side here. There's a little door. There's a little
pop it out.
Yeah.
Oh.
And now you can charge your watch as well.
Oh my God.
So stick all 3 of those on your bedstand at night, charged, you're all set to go for all 3 devices when you wake up in the morning.
Wow, that's really cool.
Yeah, it's a good deal.
And also because I'm one of those folks that like really hates all of the cords everywhere and everything constantly plugged in. That is huge. That is a huge selling point. Like make it look neat.
Yes,
tidy
exactly. So tidy.
I love
It's great for travel too. So if you're taking a trip, take it with you too.
All right, let's talk about a little bit more about some fun technology as well, because we always want to have fun with our technology.
Yeah, I don't know about you guys, but I remember when like trapper keepers and like light up shoes were all the rage back in the day.
I hope they still are.
It's all about the tech these days.
Yeah. It's old as new again.
Exactly. This is the TCL Tab 10. This is a great tablet actually for kiddos because it has some features with the display that kind of help protect their eyes. It's got a glare-free. It's a 10-inch screen. And then Kyle, take your finger. It's got like a paper sort of feeling.
Oh yeah, okay.
So super.
Kyle turned it off.
I did turn it off. Yeah, I did turn it off. Go figure.
It's great for doing homework. There we go. I don't know if it turned back on or not, but it's great for doing homework. And also has
the store and check it out, right? Oh yeah, it did turn back on. Okay.
Awesome.
It says it seems like we're having trouble. Yeah, to say the least.
And it's great for homework because it also has some AI built in. So still not great at math over here. So if you can get a little help with those math problems, AI is going to help you with that too.
Yes.
Cover your ears, kids. Yeah.
Yes. So here we've got
show your work.
Right. Yes.
Some noise canceling headphones.
Yeah. I mean, these are all
Those
the
are
rage
beautiful.
too. Yes.
Those.
Everyone loves the over-the-ear headphones again. Buds are great if you're like working out, but these are great for like doing homework. If you're traveling, if you have some dorm room like students you're trying to get away from, those are great as well for some quiet time.
I mean, hey, these are all realistic situations that you can be in.
Yes. And speaking of watching shows with your headphones, we've got some great deals on perks too. Netflix and HBO Max starting at $10 a month. You can add those to your My Plan at Verizon as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
For streaming?
Yeah, starting at $10 a month.
$10 a month.
It's a great deal.
That's a good. That is a good deal because
if you pay.
I don't even want to look at my monthly subscriptions because I'm probably doubling up on.
Yeah.
So and that's if you do the My Home, the 5G internet.
Yeah.
So one of these.
Yes, exactly.
Oh
so
my gosh.
home internet, we've got all those deals
These are
for you.
soft.
Come on into the store. We've got some great events going on here in the Quad Cities as well. Friday, August 8th. At the 5256 Elmore Avenue store, and then also on August 9th from 12 to 2 at the 1800 North Division store. We'll have a bunch of games and family fun, plus some tech experts to help you out.
Wonderful.
Obviously, a lot of deals that we need to take advantage of. We've got the website on your screen, Verizon.com, and we'll, of course, have this on our website, kwqc.com. And, of course, you can get more information at any Verizon store. Thanks so much, Pete.
Yes,
Thanks for having me.
Thank you. Thank you so much, and thanks for watching.
Your News at 4 with Sharon is up next.